Namaste, my name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm very excited to be back here sharing with you again with this live video. Coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It's about 4 degrees Celsius out here. It's quite a heavy frost for us, because we do live kind of at sea level, so we don't tend to get the heavy frost, so it's quite cold, so I'm all rugged up this morning. But it was so beautiful, I had to be outside. The birds have been singing quite happily this morning. So how are you doing? Are you flowing well? Have you had a good week? It's been extremely intense. You may remember, if you watched my last video, I took kind of the week off to step back from being of service and doing live streams and things, so I could create and write, and well, I didn't really do any of that. I made 4 ceramic cups one day, but it was really hard to focus. I actually ended up doing a lot of being of service to myself, so a lot of healing and awakening and reconnecting, so it was really an important week, but not one I even felt I needed as I approached the week. So it was funny that it came under the disguise of being creative and writing, but that's just the way things go sometimes. So it is how it needs to be, and I trust that. So I'm really pleased to be in a more of a focused space today, so I'm really looking forward to doing some creating. So hi Stacey, yes, very intense. Hi Renee and Nadine. Oh, -3, yeah, well that is cold. Hi Kim and Debbie. Hi Ellen and Stephanie, I see you're here as well. Sherry, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I have no idea what that converts to, but I'll search when I get back onto my computer. Hi Lauren and Barbie and Anita and Kim. I'm in Tasmania, Australia. So yeah, let's get straight into the readings. Also, a big welcome to our Temple of Balance patrons and our Pillar of Light family members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much. The birds are really playing around here. So what I'm doing, if you're new to watching, I'm going to be using my Speed of Light Oracle cards. And what I'll be doing is pulling 1 card for Saturday, 1 card for Sunday, and 1 card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday. I'm not doing any personal requests for guidance here today. And actually on that note, it is the 1st of July. I've opened my books again for intuitive healing over the phone. Soul readings are open. Both of those have limited places each month. And also my email readings and audio healings are open again today. So have a look on my website if you want to connect more personally with me, and if you feel I can help you. So just take on board what feels right from this guidance today. I trust you've been led here for a reason, and it's no accident that we happen to be online together and spending this time together now. So just trust, try and think about being open to receiving what you need, because what you need and what you want can be 2 very different things. So be open to that. Listen with your heart as well as your ears, and listen with your body and feel for what's right for you. So you'll know it's right for you because you'll feel it. It will seem like I'm talking directly to you, and you can probably relate to what I'm talking to. If you can't, if you don't feel it, then it's probably not necessary for you to have that guidance today. So I think that's all I need to say. So let's get started. I'm looking for the best card for Saturday, the 1st of July. If it's not Saturday for you yet, think of this as a heads up. So Saturday, the 1st of July, and I'm just going to trust and hold that intention really clearly in my heart and in my mind, so that I will confidently choose the best card for Saturday the 1st of July. Then there's no doubt at all. So Saturday the 1st of July, we have the Unicorn, card 50. I can't remember the last time this came up in a video reading, but it says psychic gifts, spiritual intuition and trust. So first of all, let's look at the unicorn, the illustration here. The unicorn has this unicorn horn which I'm not sure what it's technically called, which is actually coming out from the third eye chakra. So your third eye chakra is here, and it's your center for vision, intuition and trust. So this highlights the third eye chakra on Saturday. So there's probably a feeling for some of us that will be really like tuned in, really connected, intuitively, spiritually. Also in areas of our life, I feel it's important to think about bridging that gap between our spiritual and our physical lives. So think about how your intuition in your physical world and how you can open to that. So have that feeling to do those physical things that you're doing, whether you're going to the store, visiting people, or just going for a drive. I mean, getting into that intuitive space. So it doesn't just have to be when you're doing spiritual things, is what I'm trying to say. Become that spiritual person, that intuitive person through your physical life as well. Another really strong element to the third eye chakra is trust. And this is probably not something you'll read about, because it's something I've discovered and felt as I've explored the chakras personally over these last 15 years or so. Is that, we could be the most intuitive person in the world, but if we're not trusting that intuition, if we're not trusting our inner guidance, then it's just like air, and it's very difficult to grasp or work with. So trust brings a weight to our intuition, so we can actually work with it and use it in our life, so it can become helpful for us. So think about how much or how little you might be trusting yourself and trusting your intuition at this time. Trusting in other people is irrelevant to me. I find it's much more empowering to me and take responsibility for myself when I think about how can I trust my intuition more, how can I trust the steps that I take more, how can I trust my decisions and my choices a little bit more. So I don't even think of trust in regards to whether I trust someone or not. That's not anywhere I go with trust. It always comes back to me, and I feel there's a sense of strength and stability in that when we explore trust from a very inner perspective. So think about opening up to trusting in the steps that you take on your path on Saturday, especially opening up to your intuition and seeing how you can guide yourself in your life using your intuition. You might be especially interested in spiritual, psychic sort of things on Saturday. Do yourself a card reading perhaps, or brew some tea leaves. I might do that myself today. So just see how you go. But that's the guidance for Saturday. Trust your intuition. So I trust that resonates. Okay, let's find the best card for Sunday, the 2nd of July. So Sunday the 2nd. And then I'll pull a theme card for Saturday and Sunday. So take a nice deep breath, and I trust that the best card for the majority of us will reveal itself in regards to the guidance for Sunday the 2nd of July, right here. And we've got the focus card, 38. It says holding position, timing and growth. Okay, it talks about holding position on Sunday, and be careful that we're not being caught up in other people's opinions or judgments of us, but really hold strong in the core of who we are, in our core truth. So we've walked our path. We're the ones that have taken the steps. We're the ones that have been through the experiences. We're the ones that have been through the pits of our life and the heights of our life as well. And all of these things have contributed to who we are today as we stand tall in our sense of self, our truth and who we are, perhaps, if we're feeling that way. And if we're not, perhaps, how can we feel stronger to our core and less affected by other people's opinions and judgments of us? So hold strong in your core truth, in who you are as an individual, and everything that you've been through that's made you who you are today. Perhaps you're stronger because of some difficult experience that you've been through. Perhaps you've come through wiser or clearer or more knowing about what you do or what you don't want in your life. All of these things help establish the strength core, your truth of who you are. So on Sunday especially, think about standing standing tall in your current position. So if you've got an idea, if you've got something you want to proceed with that others don't agree with, then just check in with yourself, make sure it's in alignment with your truth, and then hold strong in your core, hold unwavering in your truth. Because from that unwavering position, that's really strong core position, that's where you're going to really grow in the coming days and the coming weeks. So it's all right to listen to other people's opinions and judgments, perhaps. Maybe listen to them, depends on the nature of them. But it's good to listen just to check in and make sure that you're still in alignment with your truth and what's important to you. If you're unsure what your truth is and who you are, and you don't feel very strong in yourself, then perhaps Sunday's a great day to think about how you can establish that strength within you. And the strength doesn't necessarily come, in fact, probably a small percentage of it comes from physical strength. It's more a mental strength and an emotional strength, and really a clarity as well that comes with that, because it's the clarity that will bring you confidence, just like confidence will bring you clarity. You cannot have one without the other, is what I've discovered. So how can you stand strong? How can you discover what your truth is, or what the core of who you are is? Who are you? Perhaps some reflection, perhaps some reflecting on your life, your journey, what you've been through, and perhaps what lessons you've learned, what's contributed positively to who you are today based on your experience. For example, if you had a parent figure who was not very loving to you and you find it really hard to get over that, even as you go into adult life, perhaps it's good to look at, okay, well, that parent figure taught me the type of parent that I do or don't want to be, or the type of person I do or don't want to be. So think about that journey, especially if you're unsure and you're not really feeling strong in yourself. Reflect on that perhaps in your journal. And there's a lot of energy on Sunday around focus, so a great day to focus and concentrate. So really hone in your attention to whatever it is that you're doing and whatever's important to you. So that's the guidance for Sunday. Let's find the best card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday. So the theme card I think of as the common thread, or the energy that helps us see the bigger picture of these days in question. So let's find the theme card for Saturday and Sunday. The energy sure has shifted since I connected with you last time, which was, I think, Friday the 23rd or something. Friday before last. Friday last week. Feels different. Feels like there's been a shift in the energy, so that's really interesting. Okay, the theme card, we'll go with this card right here. Oh, the Lotus Heart, how perfect. So this is card 22, Lotus Heart. It talks about the Om mantra, meditate, reconnect, and peace. I've personally been connecting a lot with the Lotus flower and the Lotus energy in this last week during my kind of healing time, I guess, awakening time. So I'm becoming personally more connected with what the Lotus flower is about. And I talked about it a bit in yesterday's current energy report as well. So there's a really strong sense of strength within this card, a strength of love, a strength of connection, a strength of connection with self that's coming in as the theme for the weekend. So tap into your sacred space as best as you can over the weekend is the message from this card, and that's how you tap into that inner peace and contentment that you might be craving or desiring at this time. So there's a lot of peace that you can tap into within, and within that peace is a lot of strength that you can tap into as well. And that word strength has actually come up quite a lot, so perhaps something to think about. Are you feeling strong within yourself, and not necessarily physically, but emotionally and mentally? Are you feeling strong and confident and courageous within your own self to step forward into your life? And if you're not, it might be a good thing to reflect on this weekend. So tap into the core of who you are. Let your beautiful heart open in the full beauty and blooming and blossoming of who you are. And it's like a shining, a blossoming, a growth that I'm feeling here. So meditate, reconnect. And if you're into mantras, you might really enjoy chanting or sounding or singing perhaps the Om mantra that really also connects in with your heart and brings through a really beautiful strength. It's the meditation, it's the mantra, that I go to when I'm feeling a bit anxious. Then I'll start using the Om mantra or Om Mani Padme Hum, and it just helps bring me back into center. So if you're feeling a bit anxious, that may be helpful for you. So a great theme, the Lotus Heart, beautiful, and card 22. So thanks so much for watching. I trust you enjoyed this guidance today. These come to you from my Speed of Light Oracle cards. These are available now. If you want to learn more about them, just have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. Okay, so with our Tasmania Healing Retreat, we have one room left, one shared room. So that's a shared room with 2 people. It doesn't have to be a couple. In fact, we've only got single beds at this retreat anyway. So there's 2 beds left. So tickets are really selling quite quickly. So if you do want to come to our Tasmania Healing Retreat, perhaps have a look on the website quite soon, because I'm sure it will book out very quickly. So have a look if that inspires you. It's happening in February, the 2nd to the 9th of February. So a live-in week-long retreat here in Tasmania. I've also, like I mentioned before, I've just opened my supportive services. I've got 5 soul readings and 4 intuitive healings that we do over the phone available for this month, and also unlimited amount of email readings and audio healings, which means I connect with you not over the phone, but sort of through, I record what I'm talking, what I'm picking up from you. I record much clearer than what I'm saying now. But I tune into your energy basically, and just share what I'm feeling, and then bring some healing energy through. So have a look at the supportive services if you resonate with what I'm doing and my energy. So I think that's not all I need to say. We've got a healing event video today, event happening for our Pillar of Light family later on today, and also don't miss our 7/7 healing event, which is going to be live right here next Friday, the 7th of July. I have put a event listing up on my Facebook page on Temple of Balance, which is very, very suppressed. So have a look in the events tab if you want to know what time it's going to be on and things, because I've got the world clock on there. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, just send us an email through our website. So have a fantastic day and weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you again either later today for the healing event or early next week for some more guidance. So thanks so much. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste.